The key to understanding your full academic potential could be as simple as understanding your personal learning style. Many of us have wrestled with content that seemed dry or complicated, forcing our minds through hoops to remember details that promptly dissolved when it came to exam time. But what if we could redesign this experience? What if instead of always pushing uphill, we could match our studying methods to our natural learning inclinations and create a downhill learning experience? In this comprehensive exploration, we're going to delve into the idea of learning styles, their impact on study effectiveness, and the smart tactics you can utilize for better results. Each person's brain processes information differently. This fact, known for centuries, led to the development of the theory of learning styles, which states that people have unique ways of learning that are most effective to them. Essentially, a learning style is an individual's unique method to learning based on strengths, weaknesses, and preferences. The concept is supported by various models, with one of the most well-known being the VARK model, which stands for visual, auditory, reading or writing, and the kinesthetic. Now, the visual learners, as implied, learn best when they can see or visualize information. They prefer diagrams, infographics, and demonstrations. In contrast, auditory learners excel when they hear information, such as podcasts, lectures, and group discussions are their best friends. Reading and writing learners learn best by reading and writing the material, benefiting from note-taking, lists, and reading textbooks. Lastly, the kinesthetic learners are hands-on individuals who learn by doing and moving. They thrive in practical exercises and experimental learning scenarios. It is important to note that one's learning style can dramatically influence study effectiveness. When the learning method matches the learning style, the study process becomes less laborious and information retention improves. For instance, forcing a visual learner to study through extensive reading may not yield the best results. However, if they use diagrams and visual cues, they would grasp and retain the material more effectively. In contrast, an auditory learner might struggle with silent reading or self-study, but would excel in a lecture-based environment or listening to recorded materials. Understanding and accommodating these learning preferences can result in a tremendous improvement in study productivity and effectiveness. Now, let's delve into how you can apply your learning style to study smart and attain better results. For the visual learners, see your way through success. If you're a visual learner, images, diagrams, mind maps, and infographics are your allies. Convert your notes into visual forms. Use color coding in your notes or highlight key points in different colors to differentiate and categorize information. Try to imagine or visualize the information in your mind. You can even use symbols or draw pictures next to your text note. Use flowcharts to understand sequences and processes. And when dealing with large amounts of information, create infographics to consolidate data into manageable, digestible visuals. Now, for the auditory learners, listen, learn, and leap ahead. Auditory learners thrive when information is presented orally. If this sounds like you, try recording your notes and playing them back. Listening to podcasts or educational videos on the topic can also boost your understanding. You can even set theories or important points to music or rhythms to aid memorization. Now, group study can be especially beneficial because it provides opportunities for discussions and debates, offering an auditory learning environment. Finally, consider using text-to-speech tools that can read text aloud for you. When it comes to reading or writing learners, write it, read it, and remember it. As a reading or writing learner, your love for words is your greatest asset. Reading textbooks, making notes, summarizing content, and rewriting notes in your own words can enhance your learning experience. Use flashcards with brief notes for quick reviews. Practice writing out answers to questions and create summaries of chapters or topics in your own words. You may also find that writing a blog or teaching others about what you have learned can reinforce that understanding. To be a teacher, this is a good place to start if that is your future career or preference. Now, for kinesthetic learners, do it to learn it. Kinesthetic learners learn best by doing things. If you're in this category, look for ways to bring practical activities into your study routine. Conduct experiments, create models, or use physical objects to help you understand concepts. Also, you can incorporate movement into your study routine by pacing while you study or acting out scenarios. Break up your study sessions with physical activity and try to use your fingers to trace words or concepts as you say them out aloud. You might also find it helpful to study in various locations, as a change of physical environment can stimulate your learning experience. Adapting study strategies to match your unique learning style is not a one-size-fits-all process. It requires self-awareness, trial and error, and flexibility. However, once mastered, this approach can unlock unparalleled academic growth, making studying not only more effective, but also more enjoyable. Remember, the goal is not to study harder, but to study smarter, harnessing the power of personalized learning for stellar results. Many of us are awesomely gifted, and thus you can also try this, balancing different learning styles. That is bridging the gap. Even though the idea of learning styles provides a solid foundation for personalized study strategies, it's important to note that our brains are not limited to a single mode of learning. We are capable of learning in all four ways: visually, orally, through reading, writing, and kinesthetically. Therefore, consider your dominant learning style as your primary strategy, but don't ignore the potential benefits of other learning styles. For instance, a visual learner can also benefit from discussions. An auditory learner can enhance their understanding through diagrams and so on. Striking a balance between different learning styles can contribute to comprehensive learning strategies, creating a rich tapestry of understanding that is more engaging, memorable, and effective. And also, if you want to go the extra mile, you can try to harness technology. The digital age has ushered in a plethora of tools to enhance learning according to individual styles. Visual learners can use apps that allow for colorful mind mapping or create interactive diagrams. Auditory learners can access an abundance of podcasts and audiobooks or use text-to-speech tools. Reading and writing learners have access to countless blogs, articles, and ebooks, while kinesthetic learners can engage with interactive simulations or educational games. Leveraging these digital tools can not only cater to your learning preferences, but also provide diversity and interactivity to your study sessions, making the process more enjoyable and effective. Even when all is said and done, you need to take note of this. While it's important to adapt study methods to your learning style, coupling them with proven study techniques can boost your productivity and retention even further. One such technique is spaced repetition, where you review information at increasing intervals over time. This method is proven to improve long-term retention of knowledge. Similarly, the Feynman technique involves teaching a concept to someone else in simple terms, thereby reinforcing your understanding. The Pomodoro technique involves studying in focused, timed sessions with regular breaks, which can enhance focus and reduce fatigue. Pairing these techniques with your learning style-based study methods can create a powerful learning synergy. Ultimately, your learning style is a tool to help you better understand your academic strengths and preferences. It's a starting point to transform your study experience from something you have to do into something that you want to do. By recognizing your learning style and leveraging it to guide your study methods, you can create a study routine that is engaging, efficient, and highly effective. However, don't forget that education is not a destination but a journey. It's about cultivating a lifelong passion for learning. Embrace the curiosity and keep adapting. Experiment with different learning styles, try out new study techniques, use available digital tools, and continue to grow as a learner. And frankly speaking, with every step you take to align your studying with your learning style and apply smart study strategies, you are not only moving towards better academic results, you are also cultivating a deeper love for learning, boosting your confidence and empowering yourself to reach new heights in your educational journey. You are not just studying smarter, you're also becoming a smarter learner. And that is a skill that will serve you well beyond the confines of any classroom or examination.